Hello, everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Just Winging It. I'm here with the author of the book For Such a Time as This. It's a book full of poems, right? And she's been a banker for over 30 years. She's the mother of Veronica Eubank, Sister Gwen Walters. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, my first question is, what was the inspiration behind this book?
Well, I'm always writing. I'm always sharing thoughts about certain things. And I found out, I guess about 40 years ago, one way to handle obstacles or frustrations or when things weren't going the way I wanted it to go, is to rather than say something inappropriate to someone or to lose your temper with someone, and we all do those things from time to time.
Yeah.
But in a professional arena, I had to find a way to communicate my feelings without alienating people. And so one of the things I was told, write it all down and rip it up and throw it away. And I've done that over the years, but over the years I started writing more and more, and so I went from handwriting to a typewriter, went from a typewriter to a computer, and so when you finish with the computer, you didn't have to hit the delete. You could just hit save.
Yeah.
So over the years, I would go down whenever I was frustrated about a situation. It could be personal, it could be work related, it could be, I played a lot of sports. I just simply write it down and put save and then released it from me, and I moved on with my life. And as time went on, people say, you should share your stories. And that's what I did.
Oh, wow. I wish somebody could have told me that a long time ago.
Well, it's never too late to learn, so.
Yeah, it's been said that, as long as you got breath in your body, you got a chance
Yes,
to make things right.
that's correct.
So yeah. So, is there one poem that actually stands out that's your favorite?
Yes,
Okay, you mind sharing that with us?
I would be glad to. There are several poems in there, but the one that stands out is a poem about my daughter and my mother. My mother made my daughter's wedding gown.
Oh, wow.
And so there's a poem in there, and I love that. I don't know if you want me to read a verse or a sentence of anything.
Oh, you sure can.
Okay, I'd be delighted to. So, and I wasn't prepared to read it, so now I'll have to find it. Let's see if we can get to it here.
Oh, we'll give her a little time,
Oh,
folks.
yes, I wasn't prepared, but let me get to it. Page 12, you would think I would know exactly where it is, but I don't. It's called A Patchwork of Love.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's about my mother. And so I'll just read one of the couple paragraphs. I had lost track of time as I sat for what seemed like 2 hours in one of the largest historical well-known fabric stores in Dayton. I joyously watched the two, my daughter and my mother, discuss the design for a wedding dress that my mother had agreed to create. The groom asked the bride-to-be accepted. The date, 2 p.m., time slot booked, the excitement and the announcement made, and the soon-to-be wedding was a definite go. And that's how I start the book. I started with an engagement, and unfortunately, it ends with losing my mother. The last thing my mother ever made was my daughter's wedding dress. So it starts, and that's why I entitled it A Patchwork of Love.
My goodness. I mean, it's cool that she was around.
Yes.
Was she able to be at the wedding?
She was at the wedding, and she was able to take in all the accolades of this beautiful wedding gown that my daughter wore. So yes.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes.
So you said you were a banker for 30 years. Which bank were you at?
I retired from Chase.
Yes.
It was Liberty. It had several names over the years, but it was Chase. And I was in commercial banking. I made business loans.
Oh, look, that's who I bank with.
Well, thank you. We appreciate your business because I'm still getting retirement checks from that bank.
Oh, hey. Look, I'm thinking about something. Okay. has there ever been a significant moment in your life? It's like I've been asking everybody lately that if it wasn't for God's grace, you wouldn't have made it out.
Oh my goodness. There have been multiple times in my life that if it hadn't been for His grace, I wouldn't have made it out. And I think one of the most challenging times is going through the death of family and loved ones.
Oh, of course.
And so we've just had multiple times of that. And then another time was even with a job-related incident where, I thought I was in the wrong job. I couldn't understand why I was looked over for promotions from time to time, only to find out that that's where God needed me.
Oh.
And so just settling in and blooming where I was planted really helped me. And who knows, that you just never know, because sometimes God's put you in certain places for what? For
Such a time as
this.
this.
So you never know.
Oh,
So yeah, so there have been those times for me.
Oh my goodness, because it's amazing. Some people just write, try to write books and they never get it published. But you got that, you made that accomplishment. That's just wonderful. Are there any books in the future?
Yes, I've already written another book, but I haven't decided if I want to publish it or not. Sometimes publishing can be a little challenging, and I actually wrote this. The poems that are in here are probably poems that I've written in prose over 20-something years. But it took about a year and a half to get it published because I tried to do it during COVID.
Oh.
So as usual, COVID messed up everything for a lot of
It
people.
sure did.
But I try to remind people, everyone has a story to tell.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of taking the time, sitting down. And most people say, nobody wants to hear my story, but you don't know that. When you're writing your story, all you need to do is just tell the story and let God take it and put it and plant it where it needs to be heard. And so that's important.
See, that's exactly why I thank God for blessing me with the skills and the talent to come up with this platform.
Yes.
So people like you can come up and do that.
Yes. You have been a blessing, and you are blessed so that you can bless other people. And so I want to congratulate you on having a platform like this, and I wish you all the best, and we'll definitely keep you in our prayers and be thinking of you often as you go out and share your knowledge and experience with the world.
Yeah, because I'm like you said, everybody has a story.
Yes, they do.
And, some people can identify with what you've been through.
Yes.
And if you tell it, other people be able to hear it.
Right.
And then they'll probably come out of their shell.
Yes.
And they, just overcome, what they need to overcome by hearing somebody else say it.
Yes.
So I really thank you for coming.
It's been my pleasure.
And this has just been wonderful. So good luck with your book.
Thank you.
And, hopefully you can make a whole lot more in the future and
Yes.
inspire a lot of people.
And if anybody's interested in, they can always reach out to, they can go on Amazon. It's listed on Amazon.
Oh, you're on Amazon?
Books and Noble, yes. So just look, there's several books out there under this name, but if you put my name in there, look, I forget the name of my book. For such a time as this, you can put my name, Gwen Walters. You can also reach out to me or reach out to someone, my daughter or Mark Eubank or my grandkids here at the church, and they can connect you with me.
Well, all right, you heard it right here, folks. She's on Amazon. You know you big time if you're on Amazon. So I'm like, man, get to the Amazon and buy that book if you want to be inspired.
Yes.
All righty. Well, all right, I guess that's all the time we have right now. We're going to sign out and see you next time.
Yes,
on Just Winging It.